Welcome to Skip E. Lowe Looks at Hollywood. Tonight's guests are Robert Walker Jr., his daughter Michelle Walker, and Chris Costello. And now, here's your host, Hollywood's one-of-a-kind, Skip E. Lowe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Skippy Lowe Looks at Hollywood. We have a great show in store for you this evening. Do you know what we have? We have Robert Walker Jr., the wonderful motion picture star, and his lovely daughter, Michelle Walker. And also we have Lou Costello's daughter, who sings, writes, and a wonderful actress, lovely Chris Costello. That is our guest this evening. I want you to sit back, relax, because we're going to start our show by introducing my first guest of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet a wonderful motion picture guy who's been around here in Hollywood for a lot of years. Matter of fact, he grew up here, right?
That's right.
Robert Walker Jr., how are you?
That's good.
Nice seeing you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
God, you know a lot about Hollywood, don't you?
Not so much.
Not so much?
No.
Come on.
I've been kind of a recluse most of my life.
You know what I've been doing? I've been home turning on my TV, and there you are. Every time I turn that channel,
Reruns.
you're doing commercials.
Old reruns.
No, commercials.
Yeah, lately I've been doing some commercials.
That's what I've been watching. Robert Walker doing commercials.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, you're making a lot of money doing those commercials.
Keeps me in Malibu.
Yeah, it keeps you. Is that where you're living?
Yeah.
In Malibu. I was wondering. I see. And I understand that you. How many commercials do you have right now, Robert?
Running right now, I don't think I have any. I had
Yes, you do.
I had a Buick that was, I think it's gone off the air now.
No, I
sure.
just,
Really?
I just noticed you.
Oh, terrific.
Yes, you
Great.
better get that money, because I
You
just
bet.
noticed you just a few weeks ago
I
on
thought
TV.
it must have gone off by now. It's been running quite a while.
Uh-huh. That's all you've been doing
And I had a
commercials?
Certs. I had a Certs I did. That ran for about a year. That was.
I see. But you're living on in Malibu now.
Yeah.
And
I've
you-
been there since, off and on, since 46.
That's your
I
first
think.
love, the sea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I see. Is it nice out there?
The last
Quiet?
3 days have been heavenly.
Yes.
Just beautiful.
Yes, peaceful.
Of course, I wouldn't know. I've been in the shop
You have a shop. I understand.
from 10 to 6 most every day.
What kind of shop do you
we
have?
We just opened a gallery of fine contemporary crafts.
Uh-huh.
It's a gallery gift shop kind of thing.
In Malibu?
In Malibu. We opened about 5 weeks ago, just in time for Christmas.
Where is it located?
It's sensational business.
Is it?
We're right opposite the Baja Cantina in the Malibu Center.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful. Well, you look great.
So, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
I'm talking to the famous Jennifer Jones' son, and one of my favorite actors, Robert Walker, who did a great movie years ago, which you should be doing, I think, the remake of The Stranger in the Train.
Strangers on a Train, yeah.
Wonderful.
They did it so well, why do it again?
No. I think you would do
was
it
perfect.
wonderful. The resemblance of your father.
Yeah.
God, isn't that a great, do you feel that...
It's been an asset.
It has?
Yeah, definitely.
You studied acting in New York, did you, Robert?
I never studied.
I thought you were at...
Until recently. I've been acting about 22 years now. And just recently I started a class with Anita Jesse, who's just absolutely wonderful.
Really?
And
I
just,
thought you
just recently
studied-
got the courage to go to
I thought you
a
studied in
class.
New York, in Strasbourg, the actor studio.
I audited a few classes.
Oh, you did?
I was more interested in directing at the time and writing than acting.
I see.
I didn't know what the heck they were talking about. It wasn't until I started acting
what
myself.
year was that in, Robert?
I was in
New York,
62, 61,
60s?
62, yeah.
I see. So how was Strasbourg? Did you know him at all? Did you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
He was a wonderful man.
He was he?
Absolutely wonderful. I
You
loved
did a
him.
movie, The Easy Rider, with Peter
I had
Fonda.
a little part in that, yeah.
Yes.
With Pete and
Was that your first?
Dennis
one
Hopper.
of your first movies? Yeah.
oh no.
What was your
that
first?
That was in the late 60s, I think, wasn't
Late
it?
'60s. I don't know. I wasn't here in this country.
One of my first movies was The Hook with Kirk Douglas and Nick Adams and Nehemiah Persoff.
Yes, I remember.
Back in 62.
'62.
Yeah.
That was your first.
I was living in New York at the time, and they called me out to audition for that, and I got it.
Is that where you met your wife in New York? Your first wife?
I met her in New York.
You met her in New York?
Yeah, at a dance class.
And her name is Elsie, is it?
Ellie.
Ellie.
Yeah.
She was
Ellie
an
Wood was her name.
Ellie
Yeah.
Wood. She was an actress?
Yeah.
Yes.
Terrific actress.
She was also in Easy Rider, too, wasn't she? With you? Or
I
was
think she may have had a little part in that also.
Did she?
Yeah.
You met her?
I only worked in it about 2 days, I think.
How was
called
Peter
me, said,
Fonda?
"Come on,
How was
be in my
Peter?
movie." Fine. Terrific.
Every
We had
time
a
I
good
think
time,
of
yeah.
Robert Walker Jr., I think of Peter Fonda or the Carradines. That's what I think of. You know, it's the big clan, right?
Right. I saw Peter just recently at
Did you?
Larry Hagman's daughter got married recently. Heidi Hagman. And I saw Peter. I haven't seen him in years. And
You
I
haven't?
saw him, and he looked terrific.
What is he doing right now? Is he acting at all? I mean, is he
He's
doing
living on a ranch up in Montana, he and his wife, and I don't know what he's doing right
Are you
now.
up for any film right now, Robert? At your
Nothing
any projects?
specifically, nothing I'd want to mention yet.
Nothing.
It's not good luck.
I think you should do that film. I'm going to repeat it again. Strangers on the Train.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're perfect for it. You look so fantastic. You look like you're in your late 20s, you know, and I think you should do that film.
Yeah.
I really do. Everyone in the studio, don't you agree?
Hey!
Don't you agree?
Hey.
I mean, really. He looks so great.
Well, living in Malibu.
Malibu, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, people in New York, they should come here and live, right? But tell me, Robert, doing commercials, is it kind of different than doing motion pictures? Isn't it a little different? I mean, as a motion
different.
picture star, doing...
Yeah. But I enjoy it, and it comes easily to me. You know, it comes,
Oh, you did? Coming from a famous...
comes naturally, not easily.
Coming from a famous mother and a father, was it difficult for you to... I mean, do you feel it was difficult for you to get out there as an actor on your own? Or do you feel
Well, it helped quite a bit.
asset?
I'm sure it helped quite a bit in the beginning.
It did?
To set me on the horse. You know, if you're in a line of 100 people,
Right.
and I mean, they're going to single you out.
Sure.
I mean, if you were the son of what's her name and what's his face.
What is your mother doing now, Miss Jennifer Jones? What is she doing? She is
What
doing...
is she doing? She's doing a lot of work for mental health and the National Institute of Mental Health and the Huntington's Disease Foundation.
She looks
She
lovely.
goes to Washington and lobbies.
She looks lovely. I saw her a few
folks
months
back
ago
there.
when your daughter was singing in a room in Hollywood, here in
Right,
Beverly Hills.
right,
What was that club called? Ryan's Place.
Ryan's
Yes,
place.
yes.
Right,
Your daughter was
right,
singing
right,
there,
right.
and your mother walked in. I
Yeah,
remember for a brief moment to hear your daughter sing.
She walked into my store the other night too. And
Oh,
did
did she?
a portion of her Christmas shopping there, which I was
She looks lovely. She's just
very
lovely.
pleased.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Yeah.
So Robert Walker Jr., your business, and Jane Fonda. Do you know Jane Fonda? Do you? Jane?
I used to see her often in the old days.
Do you?
Not recently. I ran into her recently in a restaurant, but we don't really socialize that much, you know.
You don't
I
socialize?
don't get out that
You
much,
just-
really. I'm beginning to now that I have a store and I'm into retail.
It's a retail store.
Yeah.
I see. What do you
And,
retail, actually?
Mostly handcrafted gifts, you know, pottery and clothes and
I see. You have a brother.
glassware.
You have a brother called Michael,
Michael.
Walker. What is Michael doing? He's an actor also.
he's living happily in the valley.
Is he?
He's a valley boy.
Is he a valley boy?
And he comes out occasionally.
The valley people
visits
talk
us
different.
in Malibu.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Is it your? I understand that you did like. I was going to ask you about karate, but you said before the show that you never studied karate.
Oh, I think I studied about for 2 weeks until my karate teacher broke my nose. And then I got into softer discipline, Tai Chi. I went into Tai Chi Chuan. And it's a form of
Robert, what would you
Kung
like
Fu.
to do, actually, if you had your own scripts to pick right now? What would you like to do?
Oh, I'd like to do
Really?
a romantic adventure story of some kind, you know. But I'm not big enough. I'm not beefy
no,
enough for
no,
that kind of
you
thing.
can do
know.
it.
I
No.
could be somebody's sidekick, maybe, you know.
You know, that's
But I'd like to do a romantic lead, you know.
That's wonderful.
In an
Everybody's-
adventure story, something.
that's beautiful.
Something that'll be fun and
It's not love.
Reasonably
sex.
clean.
Yes. Well, that's beautiful. I think it's great. Yeah, I think that's fabulous.
Not too much
You know,
violence.
wonderful motion picture your father did was called One Touch of Venus.
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah.
Oh,
That was
great movie with Ava Gardner.
Yeah.
It's a lovely movie. Yeah. Do you remember your dad at all?
Very well. I was 11 when he died.
You were?
So he was
11?
my buddy. He was my best friend.
You
I
were
miss him,
11?
Yeah.
What kind of guy was he? Can you remember, actually?
He was my best friend.
Your best friend?
Yeah.
I see.
I didn't know what else to say. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a great actor. He was a wonderful guy. Tell me something. Do you feel that Hollywood makes stars and then they tear them down? I want to know. Do you actually feel that they bring them up and all of a sudden they just tear them down?
Who's they? No.
Who's they? I don't know. Hollywood. Hollywood. It's as it's Hollywood. What is Hollywood? You know. What do you think, Robert?
What is Hollywood?
What is Hollywood all about?
Gee, I'm the wrong person to ask that question.
Really?
Because I haven't really lived in Hollywood. I haven't
that
been in
kind of
relationship
circle.
with people,
Yes, yes.
Hollywood people.
I
much,
see.
you know.
I understand. I understand.
I kind of live by myself most of the time.
Yeah, you're very much like the Fondas, like the Carradines.
Inclusive,
They're very
you know.
quiet.
I've traveled a lot, and
Yeah, you're very.
I avoided Hollywood and the Hollywood scene most of my life.
Yeah,
you know.
I am asking the wrong person. I really am for that.
the business has been very good to me. I've had, I've been very fortunate to be able to work and
Yes.
continue working.
Well, I'm very happy to have you here this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you know, we have a lovely young lady. I don't know if you remember when you were a kid, there was a wonderful comedy team called Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? They
Very
were
well.
Just
Very well.
wonderful.
I met Lou years
Did you?
ago, yeah.
Well, I have his daughter here this evening. She wrote a book, and it's a wonderful book called Lou's on First. And I'm going to introduce her now. Would you like
Good.
to meet her?
Yes, I would.
Her name is Chris Costello. Hey, thank you. Good evening, Chris. How are you? Chris Costello, this is Robert Walker.
Hi.
Hello.
Junior, how are you? God, I haven't seen you since the E Little Club.
E Little Club.
In Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
With Joan Rivers, right?
Years ago.
Years ago, yes. You were. She used to open for Joan at
When
the.
I was a blonde.
Yes, you were a blonde, right?
That's why I didn't
rea-
recognize
I
her.
didn't realize she had blonde hair. That's right.
It was longer.
Yeah, she wrote a great book, Robert. It's called Lou's on First, and it's out now, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yes. How's it doing?
Fantastic.
Is it really?
It's really, holding its own now.
Uh-huh.
The paperback came out in January of last year, and then the hardcover was out a couple of years ago.
Oh, great.
And it keeps selling.
And how old were you when you?
when I wrote the book?
No, your father. You remember your father too?
Oh, of
when
course
he was,
I do.
You were 11.
11 when he passed
Same
away.
as Robert. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. And you grew up here in Hollywood, didn't you, Chris?
Valley.
Valley girl.
Valley girl.
Really?
Yes, golly gee whiz. And
Is it true about your father? They always saying that he's gambling. God, he was a gambler. Was he really playing the horses all the time?
yeah, but I think a lot of people back in Hollywood during those days did it. It was a release.
It was glamour too. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those days, I think it was. They didn't do it for drinking and boozing it up.
Oh, no.
They did it
Just
for
for the glamour.
Just oh yeah, just for the glamour, right?
No, but he did like to gamble,
Chris, what are you doing with yourself now? Since I haven't seen you, just God.
I still work with the big bands, and the acting not really that much anymore, and I've always enjoyed public relations, so I started my own company about 3 years ago.
Really? What is it called?
And,
What do you have?
it's
What?
Chris Costello and Company.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good. Is it in the Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is? You have a sister, don't you?
Two.
Two sisters. You have, and how many do you have, Robert?
I have a brother and 2 stepbrothers.
Two stepbrothers. I see.
And 4 children.
And 4 children.
And 1 more on the way.
Good God. Any other hobbies, Robert?
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, Chris, you're not married now, are you?
No.
You didn't.
No.
Since I've seen you, you haven't got married.
No.
No. Good. So how about this book? Would you tell me about it? You're going to do, going to make it a film or what?
No, actually, what we're thinking about doing with the book is doing a play based on it, a straight play, with
Very
Ron
good.
Masak as Dad and Herb Edelman as Bud. This play was written by Ed Gordon, who wrote The Chosen. And we're very proud of it. I think the timing is right. If you notice Broadway right now with Marilyn, and
Right.
they're now developing one with the Three Stooges.
Right.
To me, it's just, now is the time to go for it. But then again, you have to get the backing money.
True. They're doing the
So-
Durante thing too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
Jimmy
there's a lot
Jimmy
happening.
Caesar's up for that. Do you know who I think would be great for this?
No.
Shecky
Shecky
Green. How did you know I was going to say
Because
that? He would be wonderful.
Well, I adore Shecky, and I agree with you. I think
he's
he
great.
would be wonderful,
Shecky's
except if you meet Ron Masak, Ron is just a double, an
really?
absolute double. He's a clone. The only difference
Well,
is
you would
Ron's
know.
taller.
You're the daughter. You would know. Is that who else would know than the daughter?
I don't know.
You do any traveling at all right now with the
I've been
book?
doing a lot of traveling with the book, plus just with my company. I just came back from Atlantic City. First time in Atlantic City, and I got to start to see them rebuild the steel pier.
Right.
I just decided that there's a lot in this. I've done so much traveling in Europe and in the Orient that I really wanted to start seeing more of this country.
That's right. You were singing in the Orient, right? Didn't you do a lot of singing in
Tour of
Japan?
Duty. Yeah,
Right,
Anne
right.
gave us.
Anne gave us, right. That's
Yes,
right,
could we
singer.
write a book?
Yeah, right. Well, you speak Japanese, huh?
Skoshi.
Konbawa.
Skoshi.
Right. Have you been to the Orient, Robert?
I did a movie in Thailand a couple of years
Yeah,
ago
I love
for a
Thailand.
Thailand film
Yeah.
company,
Were you in Bangkok?
which was exciting. I was out in the jungles most
Oh,
of the
really?
time, yeah. Near the bridge over the river Kwai, up to my neck in the water all night long.
I lived in Bangkok for a while. It's great. I love it
I
there.
hear they're going underwater now.
Yeah, it's sinking.
A few
Yeah.
inches every year, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
It's
Venice.
interesting.
It's becoming like Venice. But you were in Thailand too. You worked.
I
you
didn't
worked
go
for
to
the military. Did you do military shows?
Well, Yokohama and various bases in and around Tokyo, but no, I didn't go outside
She's a
of
marvelous
Japan.
entertainer, right? Wonderful singer. But you know something? We have his daughter here tonight to sing for us. Did you know that? Isn't that a great honor?
heard.
Yes, she's wonderful, and her name is Michelle Walker, and I like to bring her right now. Would you give me a big welcome and help her out? Okay. Help Michelle Walker.
You're browsing through a second-hand bookstore, and you see him in nonfiction V through Y. He looks up from World War II, and then you catch him catching you, catching his eye. You quickly turn away your wishful stare as you take a sudden interest in your shoes. If you only had the courage, but you don't, he turns and leaves and you both lose. And you think about the people that you never get to love. It's not as if you even had the chance. So many worth a second life, but rarely do you get a second glance until fate cuts in on your dance. Or you'll see him on a train that you just missed, at a bus stop where your bus will never stop, or in a passing Buick when you've been pulled over by a traffic cop. Or you'll share an elevator, just you two, and you'll rise in total silence to your floor. Like the fool you are, you get off, and he leaves your life behind a closing door. And you think about the people that you never get to love. The poem you intended to begin, the saddest words that anyone has ever said, oh Lord, what might have been, but no one said you get to win. Still, you're never gonna miss what you don't know, and you don't know who you'll meet at 3:30. It could be a total stranger who looks something just exactly much like me. One of the people that you never get to love. One of the people that you never get to love. The people that you never get to love. Thank you.
Beautiful, Michelle. Come over here, darling. Oh, Michelle, that was great. I love that song you did.
Thank
That was
you.
fabulous,
Thank
darling.
you.
Who wrote that song?
Rupert Holmes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a very unusual song. It's a
Yeah.
talkie number, right?
That's why I like it, because I feel I have more freedom when I
Did
am
you
able to talk.
did you know that Chris wrote a book about her father, Lou's on First, and have you read this book?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Well, I'm going to
No.
point it to the camera. First, which camera do I give it into? I'll give it to you. How's that? And this is all about, what is it about mostly? But
about Lou Costello.
Yeah, but what?
Biography.
Biography of the comedy.
Career and his life.
Uh-huh. And they were famous in the 40s and the 50s,
Well,
right?
I would say their popularity was at their height.
40s. Uh-huh. And they had their own radio show too, didn't they? Their television show in the
Television, they had radio show.
Uh-huh. I see. You brought a clip today for us,
I
didn't you?
did.
Yes?
Yes.
She brought a clip for us. Well, could we see it? Want to
Well,
want to set up the clip
It's
for us?
what the book was named after, which was the famous skit. It's Who's on First?
I see. And that's the
One
clip.
of their television shows.
Yeah. Can we see the clip then? Out there? If you're gonna, you're gonna set up the clip or what?
On our team, we have who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
And
That's what I want to find out, the guy's name.
I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
But you going to be the manager of the baseball team?
Yes.
You know the guy's name?
Well, I should.
Well, you tell me the guy's name's on the baseball
I
team.
say, who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third.
You ain't saying nothing to me yet. Go ahead and tell me.
I'm telling him.
You said none yet. Go ahead and tell me.
Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know is on third.
You know the guy's names on the baseball team?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
Wait a minute.
I'm asking you who's on first.
That's his name.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
Who?
The guy on first.
That's it. That's his name.
Well, you ain't said nothing. I ain't asked you nothing.
You did.
You know the guy's name on first base?
Sure.
Tell me the guy's name on first base.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who is on first, Lou?
What are you asking me for?
Don't get excited. I'm saying who.
I'm asking you a simple question. Who's on first?
Yes.
Well, go ahead and tell me.
That's it.
That's who? I'm asking you, what's the guy's name on first base?
Oh, no, what's on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who's on first?
One base at a time now.
Don't mix up my...
I'm not mixing up anybody. Now, what's the guy's name on first base?
Now, what is on second?
I'm not asking you who's on second.
Who is on first?
I don't know.
He's on third. We're not talking.
Curtains and get the book in.
Well, that's
but it's at all major bookstores.
Great. That's that. You know, that guy reminds me of. Just, I don't know why, I just look at him. Shecky Green.
Shecky Green.
Just Shecky Green. Did you see Shecky Green there a little? Yes. Yes. But you're proud of your daughter, I bet, aren't you, Robert? Aren't you?
Very, yes.
You must. She.
My girl.
Yeah, she's very talented. You dance also, do you?
Yeah, I studied a little bit of dance up in Seattle
Uh-huh.
while I was attending college up there.
And you wanted to be an actress, or what would you like to do? Really, would you like to sing or dance?
I
or
love
act?
both. I feel that they really fall hand in hand for me because the acting classes help my singing.
Oh, you are
help me
studying?
open up. Oh yeah.
Yes, with whom are you?
With
studying?
Anita Jesse.
Oh, I see.
Sing.
Well, you got a famous grandmother and a famous father here, I can tell you. You must have that talent there, because you're very.
Somewhere inside. We're
Yeah.
working on getting it to come out more.
Oh, you're very, very good. I think you're excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank
saw you
you.
at Ryan's place, and
Yeah.
you were just wonderful there that night.
Grandma was in the audience. That was
Yes,
great. That was
gosh,
the first time she came to my showcases.
She have
Yeah.
never seen you?
No.
First
She'd
time?
heard me on tape, but she'd never seen me.
Oh, that must
that
give
was
her a
really
thrill.
nice. Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
how
she
about you,
was-
Robert? You must have been thrilled to see your own daughter sing. Yes? That's great. I'm happy. That's very, very nice. But tell me, how does it feel? Where are you studying now? And you say with this.
I'm
but do
studying-
you do any acting at all, or in films, or in TV?
I've just signed with Lorraine Feinstein at Dayton Management, and she's been sending me out quite a bit. So I've been going on interviews. And as a matter of fact, today I almost got a part in a film that the girl got it, the other girl got it. But,
Robert,
I don't feel bad. I almost got a part last week, too.
did you, Robert? What would you tell a young girl if this wasn't your daughter? What would you tell a young girl to do in Hollywood? How to do it? For the right way to do it?
Shower.
What to do, really?
What to do? Just
yes.
do what she's doing. Go to acting.
Acting classes.
Develop
You
your talent and keep
you don't-
plugging away.
I heard,
You
a
think
great
so,
saying,
Chris?
I heard a great saying when I was very active and I'd get turned down in auditions is a voice builder that I was going to said, Chris, if it's meant to be yours, it'll be yours.
Right.
No one can take it from you, but if it's not meant to be yours, you don't want it.
Luck. It's luck. I think it's all luck. The timing and
Timing,
luck.
it's luck.
I think it's
Timing.
determination.
Determination?
I think if you stay with it long enough, if you want it bad enough,
Oh, that's-
10,
that's-
15 years, however long as it takes, a place opens up for you and you join the family.
Well, look at
If
Kim
you keep
Stanley. Kim
pushing.
Stanley, she's a great actress. You know, she kept struggling at it, and she's just a theater actress, and she just kept. She should have been a bigger star than she really is, Kim Stanley. Don't you actually think?
anybody can explain why
Why-
certain people make it, why some
You know,
don't.
She
It's
teaches acting
it's
here
not
now.
A fair.
Yeah, she's here. She's teaching. She's one of the great actresses. She teaches in Hollywood right now. And if I had a young girl or a guy, that's the classes I would go to.
Absolutely.
To a great actress like her. You know, you studied acting here, did you? Yeah. Have you done anything lately at all, Chris?
Acting?
Yeah, and acting-wise. No.
I get calls for commercials. They go, If I can make it, I'll make it. But I really am not interested in
You're
it
not
anymore.
interested.
I'm really
God,
not.
you people are soon. You're just not interested. You're in
I'm
business
just-
and
I
he does
enjoy
commercial.
eating.
But I went in the other
enjoy-
day for, they called me in to be a singing manager of a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's a commercial, right?
Yeah, and I went in.
Did you-
I let my wife take over the store, and I shaved and put on a coat and tie and went in and tried to do it and gave it my all. I even sang, you know, which I don't do.
You don't sing?
I'll tell you something. The last commercial interview I went on was for ice skating. And like a fool, I told him I could ice skate, and I was the only one who spent my entire time on my you-know-what, just trying to stand on my feet.
But you're right. You never say you can't. You always say you can do it.
I see.
Of course. Can you ride a horse?
May I ask you, Robert, what do you think of Hollywood today as when you were growing up, and also Chris, what do you think of Hollywood today when you were a child actor out here, when you grew up here in Hollywood? Is it a big change in Hollywood, right? Is there a big change here?
Well,
The SAR system. I mean.
first of all, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley, really sheltered away from Hollywood.
I can't see. It's the same
You know,
thing.
my parents really did not want us to be raised in a Hollywood atmosphere. So I don't even feel that I can make the comparison because I grew up what I consider to be a very normal
I see.
day-to-day existence.
I see. Well, I want to thank you for coming.
Thank you, Skip.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
my
Okay.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you
Nice
very,
to
very
see you
much.
again.
Nice seeing you. Oh, Michelle, love you. I think you're delightful. I think you're going to make it very big. I think you're very talented, sir. Okay, and I want to thank my guests very, very much, Robert Walker, Jr., and lovely Chris Costello, and the very, very talented Michelle Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Skippy Lowe. We have been looking at Hollywood. Thank you.